All right, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is Noma TV, and tonight we are here with the Noma Super Speedway Series at iRacing Super Speedway. We're going to be here for 78 laps. We are going to have no stage breaks, and we're going to have some side-by-side action here tonight. Coming into tonight's race, it's going to be looking like Matthew Fritz is going to be on that top spot. And you're going to have Chris Akers not too far behind in second. You're going to have Robert Duveneck in a third. You're going to have Sean Wilder in fourth. You're going to have Tyler Clemis right there in the fifth position. Jay Stenson just outside the top five in a sixth. You got Guy Bracco. He is going to be right there in seventh. Robert Morrison is going to be in eighth. Ninth is going to be Corey Buskirk. 10th is going to be Chase Greer. Wrapping up, looking at the top 15, the 11th through 15th is going to be Junior Johnson in 11th, Blaze Richardson in 12th, Joey Hickox in 13th, up 4 positions. 14th is going to be Mr. Grant Turner. 15th is going to be Jeremy Osborne. 16th through 20th is going to be Justin Parham. You got Kenneth Redinger in 17th. He's going to be down a couple of positions from earlier on in the season. DJ Madish is going to be 18th, and 19th is going to be Sam Boutwell and Joseph Fogg wrapping up your top 20. Well, right now they are in the qualifying stage of this race, and we should be getting ready to go green flag racing very, very soon. So stay tuned, and let's let these guys get done qualifying. But as of right now, let's take a look at some of tonight's sponsors.
We are the place where the toughest drivers will come to race from far and wide. But just who are we? We are the Pit Stall Racing Series. We are.
When I was a little boy, every summer we'd put up hay, throw hay on my family farm. And my job was to drag the bales into piles of 10 or 12 so the high school boys that helped us didn't have to chase them down one by one just to get them on a wagon. Made it a little more efficient. And it was a really small part of the operation, but they appreciated it, and it made me feel like part of their team, and I'll never forget how that felt. By the time I was about 10 or so, I became the driver, and my daddy's message was real clear. Throw it in four-wheel drive and keep it between the fences, boy. And I fell in love with the freedom. There's a unique feeling that comes with a job well done, a sweetness born from the sweat and the dirt that only comes from the sweat and the dirt. But the sweetest feeling was the ride home. Dusk, windows down, radio up, smell of fresh cut hay in the air, and a smile on my daddy's face. In this life, we all want belonging, authenticity, to feel important. We just want to feel like home.
All right, looks like qualifying is all complete, and let's take a look at tonight's qualifying order, and it's going to be as followed. Robert Morrison is able to grab the pole with Sean Wilder starting on his outside. You got Robert Duvendack. He is going to start in third. Ambrose Knievel is going to start in fourth. Row number 3 is going to be Joey Hickox in fifth, and Chris Akers in sixth. Row number 4 is going to be DJ Madish and Alex Giffen and 7th and 8th. 9th and 10th is going to be Jay Stinson and Christopher Bonomi. Todd Poston and Randy Bonomi are going to start 11th and 12th. You got Jeremy Osborne and Matthew Fritz in 13th and 14th. 15th is going to be Sam Boutwell and Chase Greer in 16th. 17th is going to be Frank Ranger Jr. and Corey Buskirk. And Let's look at the rest. Is going to be Will Weber in 19th and Mark Vega in 20th. Justin Parham is going to start in 21st. Blaze Richardson in 22nd. Len McNeese in 23rd. And Guy Bracco in 24th. It looks like we are getting rolling. So let's get the qualifying order off the screen. We're going to have 78 laps here tonight at the iRacing Super Speedway with one fast repair. Tires are going to be unlimited, and we're going to have 3 green and white checkered attempts and no stages once again. Well, if you're just now joining us here at Noma TV, we appreciate you stopping by, and we also have we're also live on the Southern Broadcast Gaming Network. So if you're over there watching, please come over here and join us also on Noma TV and catch some of the great, exciting racing that we do put on here. And the Super Speedway Series is one of them. We have the Truck Series on Saturday nights. That is broadcasted by Ghost Racing Network. Austin, he puts on a darn good show in the truck on the truck broadcast. But Wednesday nights we have Old Glory Racing League. That is going to be the Genesis Cup Series. And I'm not going to forget about the Southern Broadcast. Mark puts on a great show, and he's got quite a few leagues that are just now finishing up. And he's got some that are going to be starting up very, very soon. So definitely stay tuned and hit those bell notifications for both channels so you can know when we go live and catch some great racing on board. But it looks like they are coming into turn number 3, and Robert Morrison going to be leading this field with that number 91 of Sean Wilder on that outside. Tonight's race is also brought to you by H&H Tractor Works. That is going to be another proud sponsor of the Super Speedway Series. All right, looks like Robert Morrison going to bring him to the green flag, and our green flag is presented by Manny Rays, and that is going to be one of the proud sponsors of the NOMA Super Speedway Series, the National Online Motorsports Association. All right, well, the green flag is going to be out, and we are underway, and it looks like Robert Morrison is going to have Joey Hickox up 2 positions already on that back bumper of that number 43, and here comes Ambrose Knievel. He's going to look down to the bottom line, and here comes Jay Stinson up through the middle, and he is going to be 3 wide with Alex Giffen, and it looks like that's going to be the 94 of Christopher Bonomi. And it's looking to be kind of already spreading out just a little bit. And we got the 41. He is going to touch the apron just a little bit and go up the track. And the 94 also did the same thing. And it kind of pushed the 09 of Alex Giffen up the track. And that highline is starting to form up. But you have Chase Greer. He was a very fast car in practice. And he is kind of starting mid-pack right now. And he is trying to work his way around. Maybe thinking about taking this 3 wide. Look at the embankment that you have here at the iRacing Super Speedway. Oh my God! Joey Hickox is in the wall, and he knocked his wheels off the race car. So we're definitely going to have to go back and take a look and see what happened to Joey Hickox. Chase Greer was also involved in that. He has got a majorly damaged race car. So let's go back and take a look at what happened. But first, our caution flag is presented by the Pit Stall, that proud sponsor of the National Online Motorsports Association. All right, well, let's rewind and recap. And we're going to stop it right there. We're going to have to rewind just a little bit because that was a hard hit, and I don't know exactly where it started. But did he get a little help from Sean Wilder? We'll have to see about that. Let's see if we can find the best camera angle that there is, and I believe this is going to be it. Joey Hickox in that number 3 H&H Tractor Works machine right there on the top. And they come, his car just breaks loose out of nowhere. You see the 91 and the 09, they are going to go directly to the top. And here he goes, a hard smack into the wall. Fender is gone, tire is gone, hood is gone, bumper is gone. Wow. And that was some crazy racing. Oh, we got Ken Akers. He is going to be out there in the chat and giving us a little bit of heads up. And he let us know that the 3 machine, Nancy Hickox out there saying not a good way to start. But Chase Greer took a very hard hit. You can see all the damage on his race car. So he is going to have... he is definitely going to have to tow that car, and I do believe Joey Hickox had to tow also. All right, so that is going to be our first caution of the night, and it was pretty much a car just breaking loose. A car just breaking loose out of nowhere. So let's go back live and see how everybody is shaping up. And it looks like Ambrose Knievel has to wait on the pace truck. So he's going to sit there for a minute, and he'll be getting back going. And we'll have to see where he joins in the pack at. Got SVT Renegade out there joining us also. Appreciate y'all stopping by for some super speedway racing. And it looks like Sean Wilder, Jay Stinson, Alex Giffen are going to be 1, 2, and 3. Christopher Bonomi is going to be right there in the 4th position. Up 10 spots is going to be Corey Buskirk. Matthew Fritz is going to be up 7 right there in the 7th position. Randy Bonomi is going to be in 6th. Jeremy Osborne is going to be right there in the 5th position. Justin Parham, Robert Morrison, and Blaze Richardson. Joey Hickox had the tow, but he does have that fast repair, so hopefully he can get in and get that car repaired up and get it back out on the track. Hopefully he will not go too many laps down, but we'll have to see how that transitions. But as of right now, he should be okay because it is a very big track. It takes a little while to get around this track, so hopefully the most that he will go is maybe 1 lap down. Once again, we appreciate everybody that is joining in, even if they're racing or if they're watching their favorite drivers. We appreciate y'all spending y'all's Monday evening with us here at Noma TV. We definitely appreciate that. And hit that bell notification. It'll let you know when we go live because we got a lot of good racing coming up throughout the week. We have the Old Glory Series, and we have Asphalt Outlaws, which are, coming up on Friday. They only have a few races left, and that racing is starting to heat up as they are battling for their championship. Saturday nights, once again, is on the Ghost Racing Network with Austin. He puts on a heck of a show for the Truck Series. And then we have the Sunday Gen 4 Series, and we have ARCA Series, SVT Renegades, that starts about 5:45 Eastern Time. So we double broadcast on Sundays, but it is great racing all week long. So that's racing that you don't want to miss. And over there on the Southern broadcast side, you have a lot of great racing coming up with Mark Bristow. But it looks like the pace truck lights are out, and it looks like Joey Hickox, he is back on the track, and I believe he is only going to be 1 lap down. We'll have to wait for that ticker to come up. Yep, there is 1 lap down. Chase Greer is going to be 1 lap down, and Frank Ranger Jr., he is also going to be 1 lap down. So only 3 cars 1 lap down. It's not going to be very hard as super speedways. You will probably have another big one at some point. As long as they don't get involved, they will be able to get back on that lead lap. But as of right now, they got as many fresh tires as they can handle in the pits. But they only have that 1 fast repair. But Jay Stinson, you're going to start on the outside. And here we go, getting ready to take the green flag once again. And a little bit of confusion maybe back there in the back, but that's okay. We are Green Flag Racing, and our green flag is presented by Many Rays, that proud sponsor of the NOMA Series, the National Online Motorsports Association. And it is all kinds of chaos back here in the back, and nobody knows which line to get into, but they do start getting formed to wide racing. And there is Guy Bracco, and there's Chase Greer. He's gonna be 1 lap down, so he's gonna be fighting his hardest to get back in there on the lead lap. But Sean Wilder, as of right now, he is gonna be leading this race. Coming into turn number 3, it is going to be some wild racing as they are 3 wide. Jay Stinson is going to be right there in the middle of things. Oh my goodness, at the 41, he just he just gets into the 66, sends a 66 up to the wall, but a 66 does an amazing job of keeping it, pretty much keeping it straight. And he may have a little bit of damage, but I don't believe that's going to be affecting him that much. But up here towards the front, it is going to be. Let's see who's up here in the front. You got the 94. He's going to be right there on that bottom lane. He's going to be the third car back. He's going to be right there behind Alex Giffen. And you got DJ Madish up here in the front in his Ford Mustang. So he is trying to get him a win. Maybe get a Ford a win, another win. Corey Buskirk, he's doing really well in the points, and as of right now, he is up 14 positions, right around in the fourth position. He's looking to take a 3 wide. You got Matthew Fritz right there. You got Sean Wilder, and you got Chase Stenson right there also. So that is a bunch of 3 wide racing coming into turn number 1. Are they going to be able to hold it? Now we saw a couple cars get a little bit sideways coming into some of these corners. Did not have enough heat in the tires, and we already have another caution. Let's go check it out and see what's going on. It looks like the 47 of Sam Boutwell. He is going to bring out our caution once again. So caution flag is out, and our caution flag is presented by the Pit Stall, the proud sponsor of the National Online Motorsports Association. All right, well, let's rewind and take a look and see what happened to Mr. Sam Boutwell. And we're going to have to rewind right there. And it looks like some of the handling on these race cars coming into these turns, that apron just sneaks up on you. And it looks like he may have just touched it. No, it looks like he just got sideways. Comes back up on the track, comes back up on the track. And there was a lot of chaos going on in front of them also. And there is a look from our blimp view. But these cars are just breaking loose like there's no tomorrow. But going back live, DJ Mattis is still out here. Lap number 9 of 78 is complete. And DJ Mattis is still out here leading this race with Sean Wilder right there in second. You still got Alex Giffen up here in the top 3. You got Corey Buskirk. He is going to be right there in 4th. He is going to be the biggest mover of the race. You got Robert Morrison back up here in the 43. And you have Jay Stenson right there in 6th. Some of these guys going to relinquish that position and bring their cars down pit road. And it looks like Joey Hickox, he's going to stay out and get that lap back, hopefully, if everybody pitted, but it looks like the top 3 did not. So if he was a lucky dog, he'll get that lap back. Chase Greer going to bring his car down pit road also. He is going to be trapped a lap down. 10 viewers out there watching. Appreciate y'all out there on the Noma TV side. Got a couple over there on the Southern Broadcast Gaming Network side. Appreciate everybody stopping by. So far, we have not seen that green flag run, but we have seen the 3 wide action that these guys are willing to go here in the Super Speedway Series. The iRacing Super Speedway is not a known, it's known on iRacing, but it's not known to me. It kind of reminds me of a really big Martinsville. It is 3 miles long, And it looks like Joey Hickox, he was able to get back on the lead lap. He's going to be restarting in 22nd position. So good to see him be back on the lead lap. Maybe he can make up some positions. It was a little bit chaotic on that restart. You just had everybody everywhere towards the back of the pack. And, let's, while we got a minute or so, I want to go take a look at that green flag restart because everybody was everywhere. And look at the back of the pack. You got everybody just trying to figure out where they're going. It looks like the 09 or the 04 may have been, yeah, he was right there on the apron. He was trying to figure out where they were actually 3 wide for a minute. There's Chase Greer. You got you got quite a few that was just unaware of where to be at that particular moment. But all right, we'll go back live and see where everybody is going to be stacking up. And here they come into turn number 1. Pace truck lights should be off, and they are. DJ Madison, Robert Morrison going to be first and third on the low line. Looks like Buskirk is going to have Sean Wilder right there behind him. And Chris Akers making his way back up to the front. We saw him towards the back of the pack on that restart. So let's see what DJ Madison can do. Can he hold the lead and win this thing here tonight? Unlimited Tires in the pits. So far, they were the only 3 that stayed out. And what a long straightaway! What a long straightaway that is. You still got the 18. Looks like he is trying to catch up. There he is. You got the 47, Sam Boutwell. He is coming up from the back, and there is Joey Hickox. He's trying to catch up, and they will be able to catch up before they take the green flag. A line right there, and here they come out of turn number 4, and DJ Maddish getting ready to take the green flag here at lap number 12.
Green, green, green.
Well, the green flag is out once again, and it is presented by Manny Reyes, that proud sponsor of the National Online Motorsports Association. And there is the flyby right by the camera, and here they come into turn number 1. Robert Morrison going to be looking to the outside, but DJ Maddish has Chris Akers. We know he can push a car just as well as he can lead a race. And here he comes down the backstretch. He's going to give everything he has to that number 25 to keep him out front, and a little bit of swaying back and forth on that 25, but he is going to keep it straight. And Jay Stenson going to be right there behind Chris Akers in. Looks like he's going to be right now in 7th place. You got Todd Poston. He's going to be looking to go 3 wide with a lot of cars. You got Sean Wilder way up high on the racetrack. And look at Todd Poston making the move, and he's going to come right down in front of Jay Stenson. Had enough room, so no harm, no foul. That is a move. If you're too close, you can make a driver mad. But look at Chris Akers. He's going to make a run on the outside. They are going to be 2 wide and almost 3 wide for the lead. But back here in the back, it's going to be Will Weber. He is going to have it 3 wide with Robert Morrison. And looks like Todd Poston on that low line. And coming down the backstretch, it is going to be just chaotic. Coming down this backstretch, which you still have 3 wide racing right there, and you have Jay Stenson. He is going to be right there in the back. And I hate that camera keeping on moving on me, trying to watch this, and look at that transition. You see these cars really dip down on the track just before they go in the turn, and I believe that's what's really upsetting these cars. But so far, this big pack is going to get probably lined up nose to tail and maybe start thinking about it as strategy, because we are now, the second lap in the green flag racing, but they're not done 3 wide racing as of right now. Here comes DJ Maddish to the inside. Will Weber going to give him enough room to come in, and look how high that Sean Wilder went up on the track, and Todd Poston, he's going to be around.
Caution. Yellow flag.
So we are under caution once again, and our caution flag is going to be presented by the Pit Stall, that proud sponsor of the National Online Motorsports Association. All right, so we're going to have to go back and take a look at what happened to Todd Poston, because it looks like he may have just been, he might have just broke loose on his own, but let's go back and take a look. And we're going to stop it right there. We're going to, Randy Bonomi. The 94, I'm getting an indicator on. There you see Todd Poston. He's going to be in that 32 machine, and that car just breaks loose And Buskirk just barely squeaks by. We got an indicator about the 94. We'll keep an eye on him. But Randy Bonomi in that 66 machine, he barely squeaks by. 94 is going to come down, and he looks like he was trying to avoid the 32. So his car broke loose and come back down the track. And let's see if Mark Vega makes it by. Oh, my goodness. We're going to stop it right there. We're going to have to ride with the 8 of Mark Vega, but watch how close this is from Mark Vega's view. And here he comes. Oh my goodness. Wow, Mark Vega definitely probably has to have an extra pair of shorts when he brings that car down pit road, because that was very close right there indeed. All right, well, going to go back live and see how many takers. Now, this is going to give a lot of opportunity for Chase Greer to get back on the lead lap. Can appreciate the information. 32 and 94 got into a spin. Both had spins, and I believe 94 probably had to tow because he took a hard hit to that outside wall. Even though it looks like it is a safer barrier, it tore that race car up. But Alex Giffen going to be out here leading this race. That 09 is going to take over the lead. You got Buskirk. He is going to be up 16 positions in his Toyota. He is going to be one of 4 Toyotas, and he is going to be the only Toyota in the top 18. Jeremy Osborne, we saw him hit the apron once or twice earlier, but he's right back here in the mix. He's going to be up 11 positions. He's got, 10 positions. He's got Sam Boutwell. He's going to be up 11 and restarting in 4th. You got Ambrose Kniebel. He's going to be right there in 5th. Sean Wilder, he's down in the pits, and he is down and away. And Chris Akers, DJ Mattis, Robert Morrison, Robert Duvendak, and Will Weber, Jay Stenson, and Joey Hickox. All going to be back, all going to be in the pits and getting there for fresh field goods. And Chase Greer, I do believe, has made it back on the lead lap. Quite a bit of racing left to go. We are 16 laps down out of 78. And yes, Chase Greer is going to be back on the lead lap. You got Frank Ranger Jr. He is going to be 2 laps down, but I don't believe it's going to be very hard for him to get some of those laps back with the cautions that we have been seeing. And it looks like the 94 is Ken said the 94 was flipping, so I think I might have to go back and take a look at that while we are still under caution. 3 miles. Oh my goodness, that's a lot of indicators here. Super Speedway racing, you get so many indicators that you have to go back and try to find what you're looking for. But let's go back and take a look and find out what exactly happened to the 94. There you see he is going to be very high up on the track. That car just starts to break loose. And 41 is going to just barely squeak by. He is going to hit that apron. You see the nose damage already from that transition. Mark Vega going to barely squeak by, and he is going to take a trip right up to the wall, and he is going to be airborne. Wow! He got put on spin cycle like yesterday's laundry, and the 19 going to have no front end left. And there you see that race car is going to be totally destroyed. Toto, I don't believe he's in Kansas anymore. He got cycloned. And he's going to have to have that car towed in and repaired, so that'll probably put him a couple laps down. Justin Parham, he's going to be trying to make, he's probably going to have to try to make it around. I believe he was able to make it around. We'll have to see where he is at. Where's the 19? He was able to, and he's got a brand new car, but not many fast repairs left out here in the field as a lot of guys have already used them. I'd say at least about 5 to 6 guys have already used them, and we have 24 out here in the field. Well, Justin Parham and Bonomi are going to be the 2 cars 1 lap down, and you got Frank Ranger Jr. He is still going to be 2 laps down, but not going to say it is going to be impossible to get those laps back, but here they come out of turn number 4. We're getting ready to go back green flag racing here at iRacing Super Speedway. Alex Giffen bringing them to the Geico restart zone, and just waiting for that green flag. Green flag is out, and once again, our green flag is presented by Manny Race, the proud sponsor of NOMA, the National Online Motorsports Association. Well, Alex Giffen got a pretty darn good start, but Ambrose Knievel is going to help out Buskirk on that outside. One is going to be up at 16 positions, and Jeremy Osborne is going to be on the inside of Buskirk. Buskirk trying to get a little bit of help from that 04 coming out of turn number 2, coming down that long backstretch. It looks like Buskirk is going to be side by side for the second position, as Ambrose Knievel is going to have a little bit of company 3 wide for second position, and that is going to be Ambrose Knievel, DJ Mattish, and Alex Giffen all coming into turn number 3. And look at the move that DJ Mattish pulled as they made that transition. And I just noticed that the 09 of Alex Giffen is another one of our sponsors paint schemes out there, and that is going to be the Pit Stall. So glad to have. I bet you they're glad to have him running around with their paint scheme on their car. Well, here they come into turn number 1, and it is going to be a battle for the lead position. Alex Giffen was not ready to give it up just yet. Why are the... It seems that nobody has full control. Well, it can be a fun racetrack, Miss Nancy, and it looks very fun. As I believe it's gonna be a little bit of tires. Once they get heated up, I believe they'll have a little bit more control. But as you can see, it can be great 3 wide racing. But a lot of these drivers right here coming into turn 1, you'll see that car really dip down right there. And that's where a lot of these drivers are having an issue. There you see the 41 got a little bit out of shape, and DJ Mattish was actually a little out of shape, and he is making moves. So he is actually controlling his race car pretty well, but that dip is... let's see if we can ride on board with our leader, Ambrose Knievel. Watch as he comes in to turn number 3, and here is that dip right there. And that's where a lot of these cars really get upset. And I do believe, some of these drivers are just not prepared for it, and but it looks like they are working it out pretty well as of right now. We are a couple laps in green flag. But we'll go ahead and zoom on out. There you have Sean Wilder. He's going to be on the outside. He's going to have a little bit of company with Sam Boutwell and Robert Morrison. And here they come out of turn number 2, coming down the backstretch. And there I see that number 3 machine. He is going to be working his way back up. He is going to be back here, kind of on the tail end of this lead pack. But you got a couple of guys back here. They are going to be forming up here pretty soon to make some moves. You got Mark Vega. You got Chase Greer. He's going to be back on the lead lap. Good to see him back on the lead lap. He was a very fast race car.
The yellow flag is out.
And we got another yellow flag, and that is going to be DJ Mattish. He is going to be wrecked, and trying to wait for all the chaos to stop. And once again, a caution flag is going to be presented by the Pit Stall, the proud sponsor of the National Online Motorsports Association. So let's go back and take a look and find out what happened to that number 25. And we're going to stop it right there. It looks like Matthew Fritz may have got a little bit of it. And once again, that transition, there you see Robert Morrison, just give you an idea that there is that transition right there. And that sends that car right to the apron. And there you see Robert Morrison. His car pushes up, but he wasn't gonna bring the caution out. DJ Mattish trying to keep that car down by the yellow line, and he comes up the track just a little bit, and the car breaks loose on him, and that's gonna send him right back down to the apron. And the apron is not gonna be your friend here. He's gonna try to get it back straight and come right back up on the track. And it looks like Matthew Fritz just barely made it by Randy Bonomi. He's gonna get a piece of the action. That's gonna send him up towards the wall. And that is going to totally destroy his race car. Oh, Robert Duvendak, he is going to get a piece of the action. Joey Hickok's trying to make the evasive maneuver, trying to get away from it, as he was already there. You see those rotors are so red. He was on the brakes very hard. And it looks like Frank Ranger Jr. did make it by. Let's go back down to the 25, 90, 99. We're pretty much right there at pit lane, so they might be able to dive it in and get those repairs done. Ooh, another hard hit to the outside wall. Well, we're going to go back live and see how this all plays out. Everybody going to come down and grab those 4 fresh feel goods and top it off with that go-go juice. Lap number 23 is complete, and we still have a lot of racing left to go. Wow. Well, while we are under caution, let's go ahead and take a look at some tonight's race sponsors.
When I was a little boy, every summer we'd put up hay, throw hay on my family farm. And my job was to drag the bales into piles of 10 or 12 so the high school boys that helped us didn't have to chase them down one by one just to get them on the wagon. Made it a little more efficient. And it was a really small part of the operation, but they appreciated it. And it made me feel like part of their team, and I'll never forget how that felt. By the time I was about 10 or so, I became the driver, and my daddy's message was real clear. Throw it in 4-wheel drive and keep it between the fences, boy. And I fell in love with the freedom. There's a unique feeling that comes with a job well done, a sweetness born from the sweat and the dirt that only comes from the sweat and the dirt. But the sweetest feeling was the ride home. Dusk, windows down, radio up, smell of fresh cut hay in the air, and a smile on my daddy's face. In this life, we all want belonging, authenticity, to feel important. We just want to feel like home.
We are the place where the toughest drivers will come to race from far and wide. But just who are we? We are the Pit Stall Racing Series.
All right, and we are back, and that was Blue Ridge Auto Group and the Pit Stall. Well, we got all kinds of other sponsors that do help us out over here with the NOMA Super Speedway Series, and that's going to be Manny Race, got H&H Tractor Works, and you got Spino Graphics Design. So a lot of great sponsors that came on board with the NOMA Series. And let's see where everybody is. And it looks like they are coming down the backstretch. And Sam Boutwell going to bring them to the green flag. You got Will Weber. He is going to be starting on that outside. Mark Vega going to be up 17 positions along with Will Weber. He is going to be up 17 positions too. So you got quite a few big movers up here in the top 5. 2 up 14 positions and 2 up 17 positions. And Jeremy Osborne, he is going to be up 8 positions, wrapping up your top 5. Jay Stinson, Matthew Fritz is going to be back here in the 7th and 9th positions. Joey Hickox right there, not too far behind him, going to be restarting in the 11th. So then the Venom Racing boys or Hickox Racing, they are going to be lined up nose to tail for this restart. And here we go, going to get ready to go back. Green Flag Racing, and just getting ready for that command.
Green flag.
And the green flag is out, and our green flag is presented by Manny Rays, that proud sponsor of NOMA, the National Online Motorsports Association. And Sam Boutwell out to about 2/10 of a second lead, almost 3/10, but it is going to close up very fast as Mark Vega has a sniff of that draft, and he is going to come through 1 and 2 like there is no tomorrow. And he is looking to the inside. He's got Will Weber right there behind him coming down the backstretch. They are going to be pretty much locked nose to tail for the 7 and 8 coming down. They're going to make it 3 wide once again. Jeremy Osborne is going to be on the outside. He is going to be battling for the lead. Here comes Jay Stenson. He is going to make a move, going 3 wide, coming into turn number 3, and almost a little bit of contact with the 41, but he is going to hold it. And here they come out of turn number 4, and Jay Stenson is going to take over the 3rd position. Matthew Fritz trying to make something happen on the bottom lane, and he has got a little bit of help from his teammate as he goes down to the low lane. But Robert Morrison going to be stuck right there there in the middle of the 3-wide action. It does get straightened out before they come into the turn, and there you see that transition where that car can get upset. But it looks like we got some chaos already, and the 47 is going to be involved, and that is going to be Sam Boutwell.
The yellow flag
And
is
there
out.
is the caution, and oh my goodness, Frank Ranger, he is going to get a piece of the pie also. So wreck them if you got them. And that's what they were doing. It looks like the 3 of Joey Hickox, he is going to be involved in that. And let's see. Our caution flag is presented by the Pit Stall, that proud sponsor of the National Online Motorsports. Well, if it keeps up like this, we won't have any cars left. But let's go back and take a look and see what happened to Sam Boutwell. And it looks like it had already started. And a 41 of Osborne, Jeremy Osborne, he is going to be right there involved. And it looks like it started with the 41, so we're going to stop it right there. We're going to go to the 41, and let's see what happens. And it looks like his car is just going to break loose. It's going to go right down to that apron. It's going to go straight down the track, come right back up. Sam Boutwell, he is going to be an innocent bystander. Chase Greer just got back on the lead lap. He's going to take some damage from that. And that is not a safer barrier wall, so therefore that is going to be that is what's tearing up those race cars so much. And let's see what happens to the 3. Looks like he just has a little bit of chaos. He's going to come down to the apron. And Frank Ranger Jr. trying to avoid a lot of it, and he's going to come through there sideways, but it looks like Joey Hickox made it through it. 18 going to get a little bit of damage from the 17. I don't know exactly what happened there. Maybe he was trying to get his car under control, but a few other damaged race cars, I do believe they're going to be able to wheel it on around. So we're going to go take it back live, and here we are in lap number 27, coming to lap number 28, and we still have 50 laps to go. A lot of cars just making it out before the pace truck got to them, so they're going to remain on the lead lap. There you see the 47. He is going to be making his way around. The 41. He is going to be making his way around, and the 7 had to bring his car down pit. No, excuse me. He was already behind the pace truck. But he is going to be scored the leader right now. Jay Simpson going to work his way up to second. Matthew Fritz is going to be right there in third. Ambrose Kniebel, he is going to be right there in fourth. Robert Morrison going to restart in fifth. Buskirk going to restart in sixth. Randy Bonomi, he is going to be restarting in seventh. Joey Hickox is going to be restarting in eighth. Sean Wilder in ninth. Alex Giffen and Chris Akers in 10th and 11th. Well, if you're just now joining us, appreciate everybody stopping by. Got about 13 watchers over there on the NOMA side. Got a couple of watching on the Southern Broadcast Gaming side. Basically what we're looking at is, we have a lot of followers over there. I came from the Southern Broadcast Gaming side. Mark, my buddy, my brother from another mother, he is still over there on the Southern Broadcast Gaming. And we're trying to combine followers, take some of our followers from here and give him some followers, and take some those followers from over there and give us some followers, and just combine so we can have one big community, because I am still a big part of the Southern Broadcast and Gaming Network. But he does put on some great broadcasting. So Ken out there saying, if you have a rear chase camera, it shows the car bottoming out in the corner, so that's what's upsetting these race cars so much. I really appreciate that info, and we do have that rear chase camera, so we will check it out and see when we get going back green. All right, I do believe the pace truck lights are going to be off, and yes, they are. Right now, we're riding around with Mr. Will Weber from Mississippi, and I love his helmet. And let's see if we can take a look at his helmet here. And you can see it, actually see it. It is one of the crash dummy helmets, and you can barely see it through the windshield. I wish I had a closer view, but he definitely had the right idea when he painted that helmet. All right, coming to lap number 30. Still got a lot of racing left to go. Will Weber going to be restarting in first. You got Jay Stinson. He is going to be restarting on the outside in a second. You got Matthew Fritz going to be restarting on the inside in row number 2 in third. And Ambrose Kniebel, he is going to be right there restarting on the outside in fourth. Right behind Jay Stinson. You got Joey Hickox not too far back. And there is Mr. Randy Bonomi. So all the teammates are pretty much for Hickox / Venom Racing. They're going to be right there all together, and we're going to ride on board with Mr. Will Weber for this restart.
Green flag.
Geico restart zone, and there is a green flag, and our green flag is presented by Manny Reyes, a proud sponsor of the National Online Motorsports Association. And look at the run that Jay Stinson has on that outside. We're gonna zoom out so we can catch a glimpse of. Actually, you know what? Let's ride on board. I want to see this bottoming out that Ken has been showing us. And here they come. We're gonna switch it over to Jay Stinson as he is coming down the backstretch at 29 miles an hour now. Almost 230 miles an hour coming down that backstretch, and here is that. Oh yeah, you see that big bottom out, and you see the sparks flying from the left-hand side of the race car, or it's going to be actually the right-hand side of the race car. So that is what's upsetting these cars so much. And here comes Ambrose Kniebel. He is going to be looking to take over the lead as they come down the front stretch in crossing over the start-finish line. Ambrose Kniebel, but don't look now. But here comes that number 4 machine of Chris Akers. He's got a nice little run with Sean Wilder in tow. And let's zoom out so we can see this. Oh my goodness, Mark Vega's going to be involved in an accident.
Yellow flag.
And the caution is out once again. And our flag is presented by the Pit Stall, the proud sponsor of the National Online Motorsports Association. So we're under caution once again, and that was a big one. And I believe that, let's go back and take a look and find out exactly what happened. And that was going to be Mark Vega. We're going to stop it right there. We're going to find his car. And there he is right there. We're going to rewind just a little bit. I don't believe there was any well, there may have been a little bit of help as the 09 was right there behind him. So we're going to find the... Let's go with Chopper Cam. And let's play from there. And there you see Alex Giffen going to be right there on the back bumper. Jay Stinson going to be on the outside. They're going to be 3 wide. And it looks like a little bit of a bump gone wrong because that car definitely got upset just after coming through that track transition into the ovals. That car is going to get sideways. And look at Jay Stinson making that evasive maneuver. Matthew Fritz going to be right there on the bottom. He's going to get a piece of it from Robert Morrison. And then Joey Hickox, nowhere to go. He is going to take another trip to the wall and to the pits as he took a hard lick to the outside. It looks like the 18 got a little bit out of shape. Boy, he barely made it through. He's going to take a little bit of wall scrape. Also, Justin Parham, he's going to make it by. Osborne going to make it by. And the 184 also going to make it by. But Joey Hickox, probably not a happy camper as, that's going to be another incident that he is going to be involved in. So, we're going to have to see if he has... And it looks like that car may be done as it is smoking on the backstretch, and he went ahead and automatically towed. So I'd love to bring him up in the booth and let him talk to us a little bit about his race, but I know he is probably heated, and I can't hear the conversations over the radios. But if I would love to be a fly on the wall as of right now. Lap number 33 is complete. And Ambrose Kniebel going to be out here leading this race. Well, I do have to say one thing. If looking at all the wrecks that have already happened, I will probably say the admins will probably be looking at we're 6 cautions here at lap number 33, and it's pretty much almost self spins. And it causes quite a few incidents for innocent drivers. So they'll probably be looking more into this track, either trying to figure out a setup that's going to work well with them, with a stiffer suspension so the cars are not bottoming out, and they can take the pushes. Or they might be just looking at expiring this track altogether. But still got a lot of racing left to go. We got about 45 laps left in the race here at the iRacing Super Speedway. 3 miles of asphalt racing, high embankments, and 230 miles an hour coming down the straightaways into the turns. But once again, if you are new to NOMA TV, definitely hit that like, share, and subscribe. Hit that bell notification. That way it'll let you know when we are getting ready to go live. I try to, me, Guy Bracco, and Austin, we try to schedule these races out at least a day in advance or the day of, earlier on in the day, so you have a couple hours notification. So if you have time and you get that notification, you can sit down and, join us in the chats and watch some good racing. Well, Matthew Fritz is going to be on the lead lap. He's going to be catching up to the tail end of the field. Looks like Guy Bracco, he still has a nice and clean race car. Jay Stinson still going to be out there. Chris Akers, he is going to be restarting 10th. Will Weber still out there. He's still got a car left. Justin Parham, after using his fast repair, he is going to be also trying to avoid the big ones. The 184 back there, out there on the track. Actually, I think he changed it. It's just now the 84, not 184. All right, pace truck lights are out, and we're getting ready to go back green flag racing once again. And let's see how many laps we can get under green. Pace truck should be off this time by. And there it goes. And Ambrose Knievel going to be bringing them to the Geico restart zone as we get ready for more green flag racing. And there it is. Green flag is out. And our green flag is presented by Manny Reyes, that proud sponsor of the National Online Motorsports Association. Well, coming into turn number 1, that 04 is going to have a nice little lead. Randy Bonomi going to take over the second position. You still got Buskirk. He is going to be on that outside, and here they come out of turn number 2. And there is a transition onto the backstretch. And look at the 84. He is going to be, actually, look at the 09. He is going to be looking to take it 3 wide. Buskirk going to be in on the outside of that. And you still have Sam Bowell. He used his fast repair. So he is going to be rocking at 230 miles an hour down the backstretch. And here comes that 91 of Sean Wilder. He is going to be coming out of turn number 4. He is going to be trying to make something happen. He's got Will Weber right there on the bottom side. He's going to catch a little bit of draft. And Jeremy Osborne, he's going to be right there in the middle as they split him and leave him back in the 9th position. And those 4 cars just went around him on the east side. Oh, a little bit of contact between the 7 and the 998 of Buskirk. But they keep it straight. They keep it straight through the turns, and here comes Jay Stinson. He is going to have the tail end of the draft. He is going to hang back and make sure all the action happens in front of him, and he has enough time to react if something does happen. But here they come into turn number 1, and out of turn number 2. Alex Giffen still going to be leading this race, but he has that 4-car of Chris Akers right there behind him, trying to get a win here at iRacing Super Speedway with Randy Bonomi. He is going to be right there in tow. Look at how fast that he can suck up to the back bumper of that number 4 machine as they come into turn number 1. It is still going to be pretty much nose to tail all the way back to right there is going to be Jay Stenson. He is going to have the battle with Jeremy Osborne, but that faded out really quick as they got onto the backstretch. And let's go take a look and see where everybody else is. Pretty much single file racing, 84. And we got a little bit of side by side with Chase Greer and the 18 of Richardson. They're going to be coming out of turn number 2 in just a second. There it is. Coming out of turn number 2. It looks like Richardson still has a little sniff of the draft as they are doing 240 miles an hour down the front stretch, almost 245 with the help from the 40 of Chase Greer. Wow. And there you see Robert Morrison. He is going to lose the draft, but it's still all kinds of chaos as we've reached lap number 38. 40 laps left to go in the race, 120 miles, because it is a 3-mile racetrack. And it looks like Ambrose Knievel, he is going to be going back towards the back as he was leading this race at one point. He's got Sam Boutwell right there in front of him. Jay Stenson going to be looking up to the high lane. And here they come down the front stretch for another lap complete, lap number 39. And it is pretty much going to be single file racing. And let's see how fast all three of these cars can get with them all lined up nose to tail. About 241 miles an hour is going to be the max. Alex Giffen coming through the turn number 1 and out of turn number 2, 228 miles an hour with Chris Akers right there behind him, and they're going to be too wide with Ambrose Knievel and Jeremy Osborne right there in 11th, and they're going to lose a little bit of positions due to the massive car amount on that high side, but they're going to tuck in right behind these drivers. And coming into turn number 1, that transition to the corner, that's where everybody gets kind of spread out. But they've been doing a really great job so far. We got another green lap complete, and we might have some strategies actually working out in people's favors. Well, let's take a look at the ticker, the tower, and find out. We got Poston. He's going to be a lap down. I believe Madish is going to be down 12 laps, and Joey Hickok's still going to be in the pits. If he is out there listening, he is always welcome to join me in the booth. He joined me yesterday in the booth, called some really great racing for the Gen 4 series and the SVT ARCA series. So was glad to have him up here in the booth, racing and broadcasting. That man is doing it all, and trying to run a league. So was glad to have him in the booth. Hopefully y'all enjoyed the show, the ones that tuned in last night. We had a few problems. We tried to dual broadcast on both channels last night. We had a few problems, but looks like we got them all worked out here tonight. And we are able to make that happen. And looks like the battle for the lead, it might be heating up as Sean Wilder looking to the inside of Randy Bonomi. Not going to be able to get there this time, but he has a little bit of help now. And that is going to be Buskirk all over the back bumper of that Ford machine. You got three Chevrolets up here leading the race. You got your first Ford now working itself up to the third position, coming out of turn number 4 down the front stretch. He still has Randy Bonomi fighting him on that outside for that position. He's going to have a nice little draft from Chris Akers, and he's going to take it back over. But Sean Wilder hanging on, and now he's got a little bit of help from Buskirk, but Will Weber is going to be right there, up 14 positions, right around in 5th. Ooh, that transition almost got him. They are almost looking 4 wide, but they do get it straightened back out to 2 wide. And Jay Stenson right there in 6th. He's going to be trying to work that high line too. And it looks like Sean Wilder had a chance to go up high and use a little bit of draft from the 66, but the 31 closed that door. They're very, very quick, fast, and in a hurry. But lap number 42 is complete. We got quite a few green flag laps in. So, you know what that means? Let's crank it up. All right, and we are back. Hopefully you enjoyed that session of Crank It Up. Love to hear those cars making their ways around the track, hearing that horsepower fly by the cameras. But up here in the top 10, it is going to be very, very busy as Sean Wilder was able to take over the number 1 position, and he has got Alex Giffen right there on his bumper, trying to push him into turn number 1 and trying to keep that lead. But Chris Akers is going to have something to say that, as he is going to take it 3 wide for that second position. And is he going to be able to get that? But that's going to open up that bottom lane for Ambrose Knievel to make it around as they come out of turn number 2. It is going to be Sean Wilder getting a push back up to the lead, but Chris Akers is not done yet. Here he comes down the backstretch into turn number 3. He's got Jay Stenson right there on his back bumper. Are they going to be able to clear everybody before that transition? I do believe that is going to be a side-by-side battle between Sean Wilder and Chris Akers. Alex Giffen going to join into the battle for second, and that is going to be Jay Stenson still on that outside. And here comes Ambrose Knievel, going to make it 3 wide. He is going to kind of slow down that middle lane. He is not going to have the draft, and here comes Mr. Sam Boutwell. He's going to be looking to join that third lane up there on the top line, but it did get sorted out, and now they're down 2 wide racing. But the 3 wide is not done yet, as Ambrose Knievel is still on the bottom lane. He's still got Alex Giffen and Jay Stenson going to be in the mix, but Jay Stenson going to work his way into the second position with a little bit of help from Sam Boutwell on that outside lane. They are going to try to transition down to that low lane, but Sean Wilder is going to have something to say about that, and he is going to overtake that second position. But Chris Akers, he is going to look to give Jay Stenson a little bit of help, but it looks like Sean Wilder said, "No way, Jose, I am going to jump in between you two and utilize a little bit of that draft and help push that number 4 machine of Chris Akers." So he kind of separated the 4 from the 31, and the 31 and the 4 do work well together, as we are at lap number 48 complete, and we only have about 30 laps to go, and we've seen some green flag racing so far. But I'm gonna go take a trip back here a little bit and see how these other drivers are doing. You still got the 99 Robert Dumadak. He is gonna be back here. He is gonna have a little bit of help. He's gonna have Todd Poston, and he is gonna have number 43 machine of Robert Morrison kind of helping him. Now Todd Poston, he is not going to be on the lead lap. He is actually going to be a couple laps down. 1 lap down to be exact. Got Mark Vega. He has got a little bit of help from Justin Parham. Now it is probably not going to be over just yet. We will probably see some of these drivers get their laps back. And if we don't see those green flags stops anytime soon, these guys are racing it out like they have enough fuel to make it to the end. We'll have to see how this plays out. But up here towards the front, it is anybody's position. Coming down that back stretch, that number 4 machine with the 91 of Sean Wilder still on that back bumper. Jay Stenson kind of hanging out right there by himself. Got Sam Boutwell looking to take it 3 wide as they come out of turn number 4, and we got some pit takers, and that is going to be Ambrose Knievel. He is going to dive in. You got Buskirk, you got Osborne, and you got Bonomi bringing the race cars down pit road, maybe for their final pit stop. 28 laps left to go in tonight's race, and these 3 right here are going to be leading the race with Sam Boutwell. And Lynn McNeese going to be up 18 positions from where he started this race in that number 84 machine. We were talking about him a little bit earlier, how he kind of changed his number from the 184 to the 84, but now he is going to be back out here. He is going to be up here in the top 5. So we got 2 Chevrolets and 2 Fords up here in the top 5. So it looks like the Fords are going to be starting to wake up as we are coming out of turn number 4, coming down that front stretch. They are all going to stay out another lap, and you still have Jay Stenson. He is going to be hanging out, and he has got Chase Greer, and that is going to be a dangerous duo right there if these guys can, get up here and battle for the lead. Both drivers are very seasoned in these cars, and it looks like that they have a pretty good handling on it. So that could be a force to be reckoned with here later on. Chris Akers, excuse me. Chris Akers coming up on the 17, and that is going to be Frank Ranger Jr. And, he was involved in a couple of incidents. He's a couple laps down, looking to get some of those laps back, but he is going to be 10 laps down. Great to see him out here, trying to hang in there, trying to make up positions. He's going to bring his car down. Maybe still has a little bit of damage. Oh, he's going to be a little bit sideways, from some earlier incidents. And there you see the 69 Guy Bracco. He is going to be the first car 1 lap down now. Maybe he can catch in on the tail end of this lead pack, and maybe possibly get one of those laps back here later on. But that is another one of our broadcasters, so we got to give him some love. He is usually on live on Wednesday. We do double broadcasting, and he is broadcasting for the SCSRA series on Wednesday evening. So if you definitely hit that notification button, it'll let you know when we go live, and you'll know when he goes live for his great broadcasting. I'll try to help him out as much as I can, but he has actually learned a lot on his own, and he has made that broadcast his own, and he does a wonderful job. So definitely on Wednesday nights, go show him some love, because he'd definitely be glad to have you. All right, lap number 53 is complete. Boy, these laps are winding down quick, fast, and in a hurry, and we should be getting a 25 to go, as Chase Greer working himself back up to the 5th position. Into turn number 3, you still have Will Weber, you got Jay Stenson, you got Blaze Richardson right there in a small little pack, and I believe that is going to be a DJ Madish right there in that 25 machine. He is not going to be on the lead lap, but he is going to be right there with the leaders. He's actually making up some positions, even being 12 laps down. But Chris Akers is going to be, so far, I believe he has led the most laps here tonight. Sean Wilder, he is right there tucked up underneath the back bumper of that number 4 Chevrolet of Chris Akers. You got Alex Giffen. He's been riding up here in the top 3 for quite a few laps. And there it is, 25 laps to go. Will Weber going to be working on that outside. Can he get the run coming off? And that is going to be a dangerous trio right there, with Will Weber right there in being the lead car on that top side. And Jay Stenson and Chase Greer right there all together. I believe they will be making some moves out to the front. And look at this run. They are going to make a run on the 84 on the outside, and they may be able to put him a position down. And now they have Alex Giffen, which is going to be the 3rd car in line. He is going to be running in the 3rd position. Will Weber looking to take that position away, as he is going to bail on the top side. So that dangerous trio definitely went back to a dangerous duo, quick, fast, and in a hurry. You find out who your friends are on the super speedways, but Will Weber bailing on the 31 and the 40. He left that door wide open, and now look at the 31. He is going to be battling it out for the 3rd position, and as of right now, he does have that 3rd position, and he is looking for more, but can he get the help from Chase Greer on the front stretch to make up those positions? And Jay Stenson is not going to bail on somebody that is going to be willing to help him, especially considering he's got to have friends out here. He doesn't have his teammates around him to really make something, to make teamwork happen. No, well, it looks like Chase Greer, he's gonna bail on the 31. Maybe this is gonna be a pit strategy. Will the 40 let him in and get ready to make that pit stop? And I do believe he is. He's gonna come up the racetrack just a little bit. Maybe Jay Stenson has a little bit of space to jump in there behind Will Weber, but he's not gonna do it. He's gonna fight for another lap. And here they come. And looks like the bottom 4, actually everybody except for Jay Stenson, is going to come down pit road. So Jay Stenson going to be out here leading the race, but all by himself. So not a good thing that you want to see. And that's going to put a lot of cars 1 lap down, all but Jay Stenson. Robert Duvendak is going to be the first car 1 lap down in 10th. Everybody else is pretty much in the pits. So we should see a 31 machine actually come into pit this time, and if he does pit this time, that will put him right back in with the pack. Now this could be a gas and go. This could be a 4-tire stop. We'll have to see how this plays out. See how Jay really handles this pit stop, as he is gonna bring his car, his number 31 Venom Racing machine, sponsored by Blue Ridge Auto Group, down pit road. Well, pit stops have commenced. Talking and thinking about pit stops, let's go ahead and take a look at one of our sponsors, and that is going to be the Pit Stop.
We are the place where the toughest drivers will come to race from far and wide. But just who are we?
And oh my goodness, the caution is out. I don't know what it was for, but we're going to have to go check it out. But Jay Stenson had just brought his car down pit road, so he's probably going to be scored the leader. We'll have to go take a look. And it looks like Sean Wilder brought out the caution. So let's go back and take a look. We'll get a confirmation from Mr. Ken Akers in just a moment. But let's see. Sean Wilder, and there is yellow flag. So let's go find the 91. And yeah, the 91 is going to be around. He was coming out of pit road, it looks like. And there is the confirmation. He's going to be trying to race it out with Chris Akers. He's going to be on that yellow line. So, and that car may hit the track surface, and it got the car upset. But there you see Chris Akers. He is going to be trying to make his way around on the inside. Sean Wilder going to try to put the power down, and that car starts kicking sideways. And we're going to ride with him just for a moment. Yep, that car is going to be sideways. Can't get it straightened out. And he's going to bring the caution flag out. Does anybody else get involved in it? Ooh, you got Alex Giffen trying to make it by. And he does. He just barely squeaks it by. You got the 18 of Blaze Richardson. He is one of the biggest movers of the race. And yeah, he just turns it around all by himself. So, Jay Stinson going to be out here leading this race. And that was... he got lucky on that one. I definitely guarantee it. Now let's see if we can catch up with him and let him talk to us a little bit about his race. See what kind of... Ooh, and everybody's coming down pits. But let's bring Mr. Jay Stinson up into the booth. Jay Stinson, this is Richard in the booth. You got a copy?
Yes, sir. What's going on, Richard?
Well, you know, you came out the leader. Everybody pitted behind you, left you out on the track by yourself, which, you know, that can hurt you, especially being at a super speedway. But that caution came out, and you were in the pits, and you kept the lead. Man, talk to us a little bit about your race. You're doing really well. You know, up 8 positions, and you're pretty much holding the top 3, between the top 3 and top 5.
I'll be honest with you. I'll have to return Matt's horseshoe. He's had up his tail. So Fritz let me borrow his horseshoe. So I should be a lap down, and really my race should be screwed because I couldn't get down to pit. I didn't want to slam on the brake or cause any issues, so I just kept going. And then that caution came out. So it's luck. There's no skill, nothing involved there. Just good old-fashioned luck. And hopefully it'll last the next 18, 19 laps, and we'll try to bring it home. There's a bunch of good group out here, and hard to pass, and a lot of good runs, and just trying to stay clean and out of the way for the most part.
Well, some of your teammates are out of the race, but who do you got left that you can work with? You know, you and the 40 were making some good moves on that outside lane, and it was pretty much just you and him, and that pretty much puts you in contentions of 3rd place, you know, a couple laps ago. So who are your friends or allies out there on the track to maybe help you bring home this win?
I think it's pretty clear everybody hates me, so I'm just kidding. Me and Chase work pretty good together. Blaze is back there. Randy's back there somewhere, I think. So yeah, I hope there's enough. Shooter has got a lot of teammates and a lot of allies, so it's gonna be hard to overcome that. But you know, we'll stick our nose in where we can and try to make it happen.
Absolutely. And I got one more question for you. That transition coming into turn number 1 and turn number 3, how hard is it to keep that car under control? That's where we've seen a lot of cautions really take place. Tell us your view of that.
So just being honest with you, man, it's bottoming out, so it's a little bit crazy. So just need to let off a little bit, get back on it. So I don't know. It's just do the best we can type of thing.
Absolutely. Well, great run here so far, and hopefully you can keep it up there. But we're going to let you get down there, back down there to your teammates, and good luck.
Thanks, sir.
All right, Mr. Jay Stinson definitely has that lucky horseshoe on the dash of his car. So looking for a win here. Hopefully he's got the allies to bring it home and help him, you know, has the allies to help him out, and so he can bring a win home. Like you said, he's got Chase Greer right there. You know, him and Chase Greer work pretty well together. He's going to be restarting in 3rd. Blaze Richardson going to be the biggest mover of the race, and I believe the pace truck lights are going to be off this time by, and I think they're trying to all straighten it out. Not exactly sure what's going on. Everybody in a straight line still. So Was everybody a lap down? I'm trying to figure out exactly what's going on here. Looks like it's going to be a single file restart. If Jay Stentz has stayed out and put them all a lap down, this is the reason why it's going to be a single file restart. But getting ready to go back, green flag racing here with 18 laps to go.
Hang on, we're not going green.
And
Not
they
going
extended the green, so we're going to go another lap. And there you see the pace truck lights are back on. So trying to figure out exactly what happened on that restart. And what they'll probably do, folks, is, to keep the caution down, they'll probably extend the green and let the pace truck get back out, and they'll take it one to go and get everybody double filed. And there you can see everybody starting to transition to the double file racing, or the double file restart. And here comes the pace truck. The pace truck lights are already off, so they're going to go green this time by with 17 laps to go. Still a lot of great racing out here on the track. Hopefully everybody is enjoying the race. I definitely am, as it's been, a little bit of everything. It's been chaotic. It's been exciting. It's been, we've seen damaged race cars. Since I've been broadcasting, unless it was the 87s, I've never seen a tire fly off the car. Never. Only in the 87s, I broadcasted those, for a little while, and, there you see the tires fly off the car, but I've never seen an Xfinity car lose a wheel like I've seen tonight. And that pace truck is back here. They're waiting for it to come through the field. And here it comes, finally, is made it out to the front. So the pace truck is back out front. It will dive off this time by with 17 laps to go. Blaze Richardson is going to try to give Jay Stenson a run for his money, up 18 position. He's going to be the first Toyota in the top 5. You still have in the top 10, you have 8 Chevrolets. Your first Ford is going to be Sam Boutwell starting on the outside. There he is right there. He is going to be starting on the outside in, I believe that's going to be 10th. So, the odds are stacked against the Fords and Chevrolet, the Fords and Toyotas.
Green flag, green flag.
Green flag is out, and our green flag is presented by Manny Reyes, that proud sponsor of the NOMA Series, the National Online Motorsports Association. Well, the green flag is out, and Chase Greer is going to tuck up underneath Jay Stenson's back bumper, and they are going to make a run for the border. Hence the Taco Bell car. Jay Stenson definitely said he can rely on Chase Greer to kind of help him out and be a little bit of an ally, and that is going to be a dangerous duo like I was talking about before. But Blaze Richardson, he's going to be on the outside, and he is going to have a little bit of help from actually nobody now, and that kind of fell apart. But look at the 09 of Alex Giffen. He's going to be battling out from the 3rd position. He's going to be way up there high on the track. He's going to have the position away from Blaze Richardson for the moment, but Blaze Richardson is going to take it right back as he has a little bit of draft from the 40 and the 31. So the low line is going to be the line that he and Will Weber are going to join in to that low line. And here they come down the backstretch. And let's see if we can get a wider view of that. And they are going to be 2 wide racing coming into turn number 1. It is going to be the 40 and the 18 battling it out for the 2nd position. 43 of Robert Morrison. He's going to be right there on that high line. Alex Giffen, he is going to be right there also. He's going to be up 1 position from where he started. He's going to make it 3 wide racing as they're coming down the backstretch. And that is going to be the 09, the 43, and the I believe that's going to be Ambrose Knievel. Yeah, the 04 is going to be in that mix of 3 wide racing. There he is going to be on that low line. Justin Parham going to be joining them for that 3 wide also. And here comes Chris Akers from the back. He is going to try to make that high line work, and he's going to be tucking it up underneath that 09 of Alex Giffen. And they are going to try to make some moves towards the front. But as of right now, it has kind of gotten back to wide racing. And I take that back because Robert Duvendak, he's going to come through the middle and he's going to try to make something happen. He's already taken a position away from McNeese back here in the 16th position. Todd Poston, it looks like he's going to be back on the lead lap also. So you got a couple of these guys getting their laps back. And now they are battling it out for some positions, and it looks like the 43 of Robert Morrison is going to be stuck on the outside. Look at the move from the 84. He's going to dive it in to the low lane, and look at the run that he had. He took away 2 positions with that move going down to the yellow line just in that one move. But it's not going to last long, as you still have that draft that you have to worry about. And they are reaching 240 miles an hour down the front stretch and the back stretch. 233 miles an hour for Parham in the turns. So he's got a lot of speed that he knows he can win a race, and here he comes. He's going to be 4th in line. He's got Will Weber to try to get around, and here comes Chris Akers to the outside, and he is going to try to make a pass on Justin Parham on the bottom line. Not going to have enough help, so Ambrose Knievel is going to take over a position. But here comes Ambrose Knievel in that 04 machine. He was sticking to that yellow line. Chase Greer going to get out of shape just a little bit and go up a little bit higher on the racetrack, but he's going to tuck it up right behind that 31 machine of Jay Stenson. And these two are going to be the biggest, two of the biggest movers of the race is going to be Parham and Will Weber. They were tied for positions as for a moment, but Justin Parham, he's going to go back. Oh my goodness, the 19 is going to be up in the fence, and he is going to have a damaged race car. 43 is going to be involved, and we are going to be back under caution. And once again, our caution flag is presented by the Pit Stall, the proud sponsor of the National Online Motorsports Association. Well, the 19 definitely ate the wall there, and he may not have a car left to race, but we're going to go back and take a look and see exactly what happened. We're going to stop it right there. We're going to rewind, and it looks like they are 4 wide, and we're going to have to find the best camera angle for this action right here, and we're going to go to our blimp cam. And look at that. You got the 998 of Buskirk. You got the 18 of Richardson. You got Parham. And you got Chris Akers coming through the middle there. We're going to really slow it down here and let you get an idea of what actually happened. 19 going to be pretty much 2 down below and 1 up top. And is there a little bit of contact? Yes, there is. The 18, that transition, that bottom out, kind of got a little bit into the door of the 19. 19 going to have it sideways. 18 has nowhere to go. Going to send him back up the track. Oh, Alex Giffen may have had a net code save his rear end, literally. And that's going to put the 19 in the wall. And he is going to ride the wall. Both front tires are all pretty much off that car. He had to and they automatically reappear. But he had to pretty much tow that machine right off the bat because it was pretty much toast. There is Matthew Fritz, and let's stop it right there. Well, let's back it up one more time and kind of catch exactly. Let's ride from. Let's go to the 43 and ride on his nose cam, and let you take a look up close and personal of what happened here. And there is the contact right there. It's going to get the 19 sideways. And he's going to make another little bit of contact, and here he comes right across the nose of the 43, and round they go. Where they'll stop, nobody knows. So a lot of damage to those race cars, and one had to automatically pit. So we're going to take it back live and see how everybody's going to make out. Do they have enough laps to make it? Jay Stenson going to stay out 11 laps to go. He's still got Chase Greer. He's going to be restarting on the outside. Will Weber, he is going to be right there in third. Ambrose Knievel doing a pretty darn good job riding around in fourth. You got Corey Buskirk. He is going to be right there in fifth. Todd Poston back on the lead lap. Glad to see him back on the lead lap and riding in sixth. Randy Bonomi in that 66 Manny Reyes machine. He is going to be right there in seventh, restarting. Eighth is going to be that number 4 machine. He is coming out of the pits. He's catching up to the tail end of the field. Blaze Richardson going to be restarting in ninth. Alex Giffen, he was saved by netcode. Jeremy Osborne catching up to the back of the field. I believe he is going to be back on the lead lap. Lynn McNeese, Sean Wilder. all the way back to Bracco. I believe he is going to be a couple. Let's see, where is Bracco? Vega is going to be 2 laps down. I believe Bracco is going to be somewhere close to the lead lap. I do believe. Hopefully he can get back on the lead lap. But a few cars are going to be out. They had to use those fast repairs early and got involved in some other incidents. But all right. Well, we only have 10 laps to go. We should have 9 laps to go when we take the green flag. And let's see here. Find our best camera angle. There it is. And bring up our track map. They'll be going green this time by coming into turn number 3, out of turn number 4. Jay Stenson going to bring up to the Geico restart zone with 9 laps to go. It's definitely going to get dicey. It's going to get hairy. So pull those belts very tight and let's get ready to go back. Green flag racing with only 9 laps to go. Should be very, very exciting. And here they come in the middle of 3 and 4. Out of turn number 4, you'll see that pace truck just dive right off. And will we see another big one? And who has the fast repairs left and who doesn't? We shall see if it happens, but let's hope it doesn't. Geico restart zone coming up your way.
Green flag, green flag.
There it is, green flag, and our green flag is presented by Manny Reyes, that proud sponsor of the National Online Motorsports Association. Well, Jay Stenson got a really good push from Will Weber. Will Weber up a 16th position from where he started. Chase Greer not letting him get away that quick, fast, in a hurry. And so he is going to work himself on that high side, right there on the outside of Will Weber. He's got Ambrose Knievel, and he's got Todd Poston working his way up. And will he join that 2 wide racing? Will he jump in the line with Ambrose Knievel and help Chase Greer get up to the front? I don't believe so, because here comes Chris Akers. He's going to be looking to make a 3 wide situation, and he is going to leave Todd Poston out there on his own to fend for himself. Now he's going to look to the inside of Ambrose Knievel. Can Chase Greer get down to the bottom and block that middle lane from really advancing? I don't believe he's going to be able to do that. Get there. So it is going to be a 3 wide battle for second place. Now you got the 09, the 40, and the 7 on the low line. And here comes Sean Wilder. He is going to be making his way up. Now this is a very good recovery. Oh my goodness, the 09 is going to be...
The yellow flag
the
is
09
out.
is going to be around. So that is going to be another car. Another one bites the dust, or another one bites the wall. However you want to look at that. So we're going to have to go back and take a look and find out exactly what happened under that caution flag. Well, our caution flag is presented by the Pit Stall, that proud sponsor of the National Online Motorsports Association. Now, is it just me? I really, before I go and take a look at the replay, look how, look at this car. I got to really zoom in on this. This car is riding sideways. Holy cow, he's pretty much drifting down the whole front stretch. That's actually pretty funny. Chris Akers is going to be the leader. So let's go back and take a look and see what happened to the 09 machine. Was it a bump gone wrong? We'll have to stop it right there. We'll back it up just a little bit, and he's got Sean Wilder right there behind him. But let's go to our chopper cam and find out. And there is, he's going to be the third car. He's going to be the second car on the high line. And there you see the 09 coming into frame. He's just going to break loose right after that transition. And he's going to go take a trip down. Sean Wilder making an evasive maneuver. And Will Weber going to be on the bottom line. Didn't affect his car any. Chase Greer, oh no, he's going to be involved in that. Where is Jay Stenson in all this? He was scored third. We're gonna back it up just a little bit. We're gonna stop it right there. Back it up just a little bit. And he got a really good advantage from this. And we're gonna ride on his gearbox cam. And let's see if there was any contact made. I don't believe there was. Riding on board with Jay Stenson. Coming through the turns, and yeah, that car just breaks loose. No contact at all. And Will Weber, Netcode had to have saved him. And 84 just got a piece of that. Chase Greer, nowhere to go. A couple of other cars involved. And, that was a hard hit right there. All right, well, let's go back alive. And Chris Akers is going to be out here leading this thing with 6 laps to go. Let's see if the pace truck lights are still on. They are still on. Let's see if we can bring him up to the booth. Chris Akers, this is Richard up in the booth. You got a copy.
Yes, sir, Richard. How are you tonight?
Man, I'm doing pretty darn well. Well, you are no stranger to the 3 wide here at iRacing Super Speedway. Man, a couple cautions out here. From the start, we've had quite a few cautions, but you find yourself leading here, but it's very tough to keep that lead. Tell us what you got in mind to try to bring home a win here at iRacing Super Speedway.
Just hoping to run the correct line and maybe keeping this low line behind me, or maybe keeping the high line behind. But I think right now the high line's the fastest line, so we'll try to get back up there and see if I have somebody really good at pushing me and hopefully bring home a win, or push somebody to turn 4 and then drop them and go for the win. So we'll see.
Well, it's definitely been some exciting racing. I've seen you take it on the high line, seen you take it through the middle, and man, you have been able to hold it together, and now you find yourself leading. I wish you luck in the remaining laps of this race. Looks like you're going to get about 5 laps, till the white flag if the pace truck lights are off this time. Or 4 laps, excuse me. So let's see if you can bring it home here tonight. Good luck in the rest of your race, and hopefully we'll be talking to you soon.
Thank you, sir. I hope we could get to talk at the end of the race.
Yes, sir. All right. Well, it looks like we got Joey up here in the booth. He's got himself muted.
Hey, what's up, man?
What's happening? I was wondering if you were going to join me. I saw you. You had an unfortunate chain of events that happened, but glad to have you up here in the booth.
Oh yeah, that was wasn't my night, was it?
No, I don't think it's been a lot of people's nights, as this track has been very. They call Darlington the track too tough to tame. I think this one actually takes the cake.
Yeah, they with the update on iRacing Super Speedway, maybe the setup that we got here is gonna have to need some tweaks before we come back. Cars bottoming out real bad in 1 and 2 in that center line, and just for no reason it goes around. I mean, that's what happened to the 09 there. It's happened to me. I think Matthew Fritz got caught with it. Several people's gotten caught by that tonight.
Well, you still got one teammate out there, and he is right now in second. That is going to be Jay Stenson. He's got he might have a couple allies out there, but there's only 11 cars on the lead lap, so he will have a top 10 finish here if he can hold his own. But we're getting ready to go back green flag racing as they're coming out of turn number 4. I know you're pulling for your teammate, but other than your teammate, who you got for the win here tonight?
You got the 4 and the 7, they're teammates right there, so they're going to be awful hard to beat right here. Hopefully Randy can get up here and help Jason with them being teammates. But then you got Botwell up here. He's not got a teammate right next to him, so I think he's the wild card in this whole thing. It's who he chooses to go with.
Absolutely. Well, as of right now, he is going to choose to stay on that bottom line, as they are going to be going, getting a good little run, 1, 2, and 3 for the third position, sending Jay Stenson back to 4th. But here comes Randy Bonomi on that inside line, and he may be able to get up there to that top line and help Jay Stenson, but he's got Busker right there behind him. He's going to be pushing that 31 machine, but you got Todd Poston. He is going to be looking to take it 3 wide once again as they come down the backstretch into turn number 3. They're going to they're going to get double file once again. And here comes Robert Duvendak and Sean Wilder. Sean Wilder has been up here in the top 5, quite a bit here tonight. But 3 Wide Racing is no stranger to these guys up here in the top. And Robert Duvendak going to join that 3rd lane up there on the top, coming across the start-finish line. We have 3 laps to go, and it is anybody's race at this point. Todd Poston going for the lead in that middle line, leaving 2 cars up top. And, I heard, Joey, that top line might be the fastest line. What do you think? What do you think about it as you were racing here, racing earlier?
Yeah, it's not really like the very top line, but that middle to upper side is definitely a lot faster than the inside. You kind of have to slack off the throttle a little bit on the bottom. You don't have to do it so much in the middle there, but now you got 3 of the 4 teammates is in the top 4 right now, so that's going to be a dangerous combination with the 32, the 4, and the 99.
Well, here comes Jay Stenson. He's gonna try to tuck up behind the 99 and overtake the 91. The 91 has been very dangerous here tonight, as he has been a force to be reckoned with. Him and the 4 got together and pretty much were stuck nose to tail for quite a few laps. And now it looks like it's pretty much every man for himself or every team for himself. And Jay is stuck right there behind Robert Duvendak. And like you said, I think he's going to have a tough time, especially with that 7 being right there behind Jay Stenson. Well, coming to the last lap out of turn number 4, are they going to be able to make it? Todd Poston up here leading this race. And there it is. It's going to be the final lap. And our white flag is presented by the Blue Ridge Auto Group, the proud sponsor of the National Online Motorsports. Now this is for all the marbles. This is for the win. If something happens, which is about to happen, Sam Boutwell is going to be out of shape, but we're going to stick with the leaders. It doesn't look like anybody has crashed out, so we're going to stay right here. Jay Stenson may go with Robert Duvendak and get him a win, maybe get him a podium finish also.
They got a run going on the outside now.
Absolutely. Coming into turn number 3, it's going to be a side-by-side battle. Now that Robert Duvendak is a teammate, so I don't believe. I think they'll just keep it clean and green. As here comes Wilder. Oh my goodness, Robert Duvendak going to try to overtake. Wow, what a finish! Man, from first and second finishing side by side, second and third finishing side by side, or third and fourth finishing side by side. Man, that we're gonna have to really go back and take a look at that, because we know Todd Poston did win the race, but dang, what a finish!
I think that's 2 in a row for Todd, ain't it?
I do believe so. Yes. And let's see if we can get a better camera. And there is probably going to be the best camera angle that we have for this particular, for right here. And here they come to the start-finish line. Man, what a shove by Jay Stenson. And it looks like Sean Wilder, he was going to try to get his nose 3 wide there. Crazy finish. But we're gonna back it up just a little bit. We're gonna try to find another camera angle. We're gonna go to Todd Poston's car, and I believe this is gonna be a better camera angle right there. Wow, a bumper. That's all it was a bumper.
I think that's one of the closest finishes we've had in a long time in NOMA.
Well, right there is going to be our winning moment. Tonight's winning moment is presented by Spino Graphics Design, and our winning moment is going to go to Mr. Todd Poston in that number 32 Toyota Supra. He was the only Toyota Supra in the top 5. He had one Ford finishing in the top 5, and all the rest Chevrolets. So, congratulations to Todd Poston for grabbing that winning moment, presented by, once again, Spino Graphics Design. Well, Jody, that was a pretty exciting finish right there, man. Like you said, what's the closest finish? Let's see, what's the closest finish that we've seen? That was 1/100th of a second gap between those two.
So that's probably the closest finish we've had in the last 3 seasons. I think in season 1, we had one that that was iRacing had actually given the win to somebody else. When we actually went back and looked at it, it was clearly the a truck that was actually running second at the time. I think that was literally the closest finish. The end result of it was .0000 across the board for iRacing, so we had to go to a video to actually see who won that race.
2/100ths of a second, separate Chris Akers from Jay Stenson. Wow, that was a crazy finish for third. Also, man, great finishes, and I think
And for it being as clean as it was, is the way the race had went. Really proud of the guys. They actually took the last 2 laps there. They raced hard, a lot of bumping, and but they didn't hit so hard that they were trying to wreck each other. Still gave each other plenty of room in the corners, and that's what I'm. It's good plate racing when you can get back to the checker flag here without a big pile up.
absolutely.
You can have great finishes like this, and that's a testament to how good these guys right here are. And again, as I told you last night, I'm in the booth with you right now.
Well, it was definitely a great finish, and let's go see if we can catch up with our finishers. Nancy out there saying congrats to Todd Poston. Had a great finish. A great finish for you. Well, let's see if we can catch up with everybody in Shooter McGavin Motorsports. Well, first is going to be, let's see, Robert Duvidak. He was our third place, or excuse me, Chris Akers finishing in third. So let's bring him up. Well, Chris Akers, this is Richard. And, Joey abandoned me. Chris Akers, this is Richard in the booth. You got a copy, my friend.
Yes, sir, Richard, I do.
Well, what a great finish for Shooter McGavin, 1, 2, and 3. You had Jay Stenson trying to break up the trio, but he just wasn't able to get there. But what a great finish that was. You were pretty much 2/100ths of a second ahead of fourth place at Jay Stenson. Man, talk to us a little bit about that finish. That was craziness.
Oh, shoot, man, that was a fun finish. I knew if I just stayed right on top of the bumper that we could mostly run away with the lead. And every time I seen the guys get run on the outside and break back, I got more and more confident. Then Doobie, thank goodness, jumped on the outside and blocked Jay from taking that second spot away from us, or even taking the win away. And great finish that was for Shooter McGavin, 1, 2, and 3. That's what he's trying to do the week before. Couldn't get it done, and we got it this week.
Absolutely. Well, iRacing Super Speedway was no stranger to the wild action out there on the track, and y'all pretty much made the action very suspenseful. Man, congratulations to you. Congratulations to your team. You had Will Weber right there, as a wild card. He finished in 6th. He could have been a deciding factor if Duvendak hadn't took that out inside. That 7 probably would have stuck with y'all. But congratulations to you and your team. Very, very good run there to the finish.
Thank you, sir. We appreciate it. We was hoping to get Will the win. He really needs it for the point stuff, but it was great to get Todd. That should move him up to the top 16 and have him at least in the chase now. So it was a great little race for Shooter McGavin.
Absolutely. Well, you know what happens. You are no stranger to the podium finishes. You know what happens next. It's all the shout-outs that you would like to give, and I'm going to hand the mic over to you, my friend.
Oh, first off, thank you for broadcast, and enjoy watching the race on Tuesdays right after get a little work done. And can't thank you enough for doing it. Got to thank Joey and Jay for putting on the series. It's been fun. Thank the guys at Shooter McGavin for getting us up here in 1, 2, 3. Gotta give him a shout out. And then, of course, Dad for being crew chief. He always helping me out, tell me what we need to do and where we need to be at.
Absolutely. Well, enjoy this podium finish, because you're going to have a little bit of time off, as we're off next week, but we come back on 10-2 for Daytona. So get the team ramped up and ready for another 1, 2, 3, because it's more super speedway racing at Daytona. So let's get ready.
Yes, sir. We definitely will be ready for us for next week.
Absolutely. Well, we will catch you next time. Thank you for coming up and speaking with us during and after the race, and can't wait to see what y'all can do at Daytona.
Thank you, Richard. We appreciate it.
Not a problem. All right, well, that was Mr. Chris Akers. Always a pleasure talking to him. And, you know, we got Robert Duvendak. He's going to be coming up in the booth next to tell us a little bit about his race. He has had an up and down race so far this race, but it definitely played out for the best. And without further ado, let's bring up Mr. Robert Duvendak. Robert Duvendak, this is Richard up in the booth. You got a copy, my friend.
Yes, sir. How are you doing?
I'm doing pretty darn good, and you should be doing pretty darn good also. 1/100th of a second separated you from Todd from taking away the win from Todd Poston. Man, tell us a little bit about that finish. That was crazy. And tell us a little bit about your night, too, because you've had an up and down night. I've seen your car destroyed at one point or another, you know, here in tonight's race.
Yeah, we were in that early, right? I want to say it was the second wreck of the night. I was just kind of riding at the back, saw the wreck happen. I checked up, and I thought I was slow enough, and then the car came back up and got me. So I was kind of kicking myself in the butt for that because I could have either kept my speed and probably made it through without getting hit, or should have came to a complete stop at that point. But it is what it is. But I was able to rebound. After that, I just kind of stayed at the back and just kind of rode. This setup we have for this car used to be a great one until iRacing did their update a couple weeks ago, and now this car is just bottoming out in the turns, and that was causing a lot of guys to spin out entering the turns and shoot up the track a lot. So we'll have to take a look at the setup and try to make some adjustments to it to get it back to how good it was before, so we can not have such messy races here. But overall, I mean, as you see, it was a pretty good night for Shooter McGavin. We finished 1, 2, 3, and we had Will up there in 6th, and unfortunately, Guy got wrapped up in the last wreck. So I thought we were sitting there nose to tail on the bottom lane there, coming to the white, and I was like, started having flashbacks because I can't tell you how many times we've been in that position this season, and we end up all getting wiped out at the end. So,
well,
just happy to bring it home clean.
Absolutely. It was a great finish. It's been a great race, you know, for the Shooter McGavin team, you know, tonight. And, you know, you have Daytona. Now you're going to have an off week, you know, coming up next week, but you're going to come back to Daytona. So you definitely have enough. I think you have enough time to really get Will Weber a win here. I mean, time is ticking away, but you should be able to, to hopefully get him locked in if you can within those 2 races. But what a great night here it was for you. You know, you definitely weren't a stranger to the 3 wide action along with your other teammates. Y'all made it definitely interesting coming into turn 1 and turn 3 with some of that 3 wide action. But congratulations once again, and you know what comes along with those podium finishes, man. I'm going to give the mic over to you, and you can have the floor for as long as you want.
I appreciate that. Yeah, I mean, first and foremost, gotta thank the teammates. We knew when this season started that we had an excellent team and that we were gonna mesh really well together and work really well. And it started off a little bumpy there at the beginning, but we're starting to show what we're capable of each and every week. So, gotta thank all the guys at Shooter McGavin and Happy Gilmore Motorsports. So, gotta thank you for doing the broadcast, and you do an excellent job. I know, like I say every week that I'm getting interviewed, my kids like to go back and watch it, so they enjoy it, and they'll be a little upset seeing how bad I got destroyed in the beginning, but hopefully they'll like the outcome here. So I think my wife, she's had a really rough day today, and I know it was tough getting the kids down to bed tonight while I was racing, so I got to say thanks to her for letting me do this, even with how bad 4 kids can be sometimes. So. And my kids, like they told me tonight, Daddy, if you get an interview, make sure you say your names. So I gotta thank my kids, Isabella, Emma, Scarlett, and Grayson. They love to go back and, like I said, watch these, and whenever they hear their names, they get all excited. So there you go, kids. And last but not least, gotta thank Noma, Jay and Joey, and all the other admins. It's a lot of work running a league. It's tough, and then when you have races like this. And a lot of ticked off guys at the end. It makes for a rough few days afterwards. So I appreciate everything they do for the league and keeping it going. And got to thank all of our sponsors. Couldn't do this each and every week if it wasn't for them. You know, this isn't something that you can do for free. It costs money, and it costs a lot of money. So I appreciate everything that they do for us every week. Like I said, we couldn't be doing this and putting on the show for everyone out there if it wasn't for them stepping up and helping us out. I got to thank Nancy. Nancy always watches. Nancy every week is in there cheering us on. So we appreciate you, Nancy. Thanks for showing up and cheering us on. So other than that, I mean, I don't know what else there is to say.
All right. Well, what a great finish. You know, go get that team ramped up for some Daytona Super Speedway coming up in 2 weeks. And, man, can't wait to see what y'all can do there. But it was a pleasure talking to you. And, you know, appreciate that shout out for me up in the booth. And, you know, we will catch you next time at Daytona.
Sounds good, buddy. You have a good night.
You too. All right. Well, last but not least, it is going to be Mr. Todd Poston. We're going to bring him up and let him celebrate his win. Man, it was a great race. You know, he pretty much was there when he needed to be, had his teammates all around him, and got himself into the playoffs. Without further ado, Mr. Todd Poston, this is Richard up in the booth. Yeah, got a copy.
Yes, sir. I did.
Well, congratulations on your win. You were up 10 positions from where you started this race. You had a kind of an up and down night, but you were right there when it counted the most on the last lap. You were too wide with your own teammate, but you know, one 1/100th of a second separated you two. You know, he almost took away your win, but you were able to hold him off with Chris Akers right there behind you pushing. Man, talk to us a little bit about that finish in your race.
Yeah, that finish right there, just a great night for all these guys together. It's pretty amazing how it came down to the end right there with just us in the front. But yeah, it was up and down all night. I don't know if it was caught in the beginning, but the first time I spun the car out, somehow I managed to turn the car off in the middle of the race.
So luck was not on your side, and then all of a sudden you must have stole Jay's lucky horseshoe because he said that caution came out while he was in the pits, but he could have had a bad night. But man, luck was definitely on your side.
There. Definitely found some luck somewhere along the line.
Well, still, you know, either way, you found some luck, man. Super Speedways, y'all had some great 3-wide battling going on. You were no stranger to make it 3-wide. You know, how tough was it, you know, coming into these turns, you know, that transition, you know, your car bottoming out, you know, we've seen cars spinning out everywhere, cars being destroyed on the outside wall. You know, how was it for you?
It was pretty bad. I know there was an update recently. They updated the damage model in the cars, and it seems like they made the setups now where they bottom out. So anytime you would go into that turn with that dip, the car would bottom out and just shoot sideways.
This is the first time, without watching, you know, the last time I broadcasted the 87s, you know, you see tires flying off. This is the first time I've seen a tire fly off the Xfinity car.
It definitely is cool to see, though. I do like the damage model they put in. If we get the setup a little bit better, it'll be perfect.
Absolutely. Well, they're doing bigger and better things with the iRacing simulator, and hopefully they will get it straightened out. But either way, man, you put on some great racing here tonight. You and your team, you know, great 1-2-3 finish. What a side-by-side battle that was. You definitely go back and look at the replay because you got him by a bumper. I don't think it could have played out any better for a great photo finish. But congratulations, man. But you are no stranger to the victory lane, man. You know what comes next. All the shout-outs that you would like to give.
Oh, yeah, just got to give you guys a shout-out for broadcasting, and then Joey and them for running the league, and, of course, the team right there. Like you said, you got the first, second, third, and Will with the 6th-place finish. I don't think we could ask for much better.
Absolutely. Well, tonight's winning moment by Spino Graphics went to you, my friend. So congratulations on that. Congratulations on, you know, being one of the biggest movers of the race and bringing home the win. But Daytona coming up in 2 weeks, so definitely get ready. Well, we'll let you go celebrate with the rest of your team, and we'll catch you next time, my friend.
All right. Thank you, sir.
Not a problem. You have a great night. All right. Well, that was Mr. Todd Poston, tonight's race winner. What a great race that was coming to the start-finish line. It was by a fender, 1/100th of a second, 2/100ths of a second back to third place, you know, between third and fourth place. So a great finish indeed. I want to thank everybody, each and everybody on both channels, you know, the Southern Broadcast and Gaming Network, for everybody that watched out there, and everybody over here at Noma TV, glad to have y'all. So everybody over there at Southern Broadcast Gaming, we are over here on Noma TV. I wanted to try to give y'all a chance to come over here and watch some great racing over here on Noma TV. Because Mark goes live quite a bit, he will have his own broadcasts to do. I'm trying to get y'all some great entertainment along with his, broadcast. He puts on a great show too, so make sure you join in with his and stay subscribed and hit that bell notification. But hit that bell notification over here on Noma TV and catch some more great action. Especially on with the Super Speedway series, you got the Truck series, and you got the Gen 4 series, and you also have our ARCA series that we broadcast for for SVT Renegade, and you also have the Genesis Cup series on Wednesday nights. So a lot of great action coming from the Noma TV side of everything. A lot of great action on the Southern Broadcast Gaming Network side. So, but. Yeah, I am going to call it a night. It's been a long day for me. Hopefully everybody had a great Monday. But we will see y'all Wednesday night for the Genesis Cup Series. So y'all have a great night. Be safe. And God bless y'all. And we'll catch y'all next time.